And worse than that, like they always do with these ships, and I know this is about the HMS Victory, it's kind of by the river, so in theory it looks like it could be set free to be back, to go back to sea again, but actually there's a big concrete road in front of it. It is never going to be a ship again.
And the bottom of it's full of concrete. And do you know how much of the HMS Victory is the real HMS Victory?
Oh.
About 35%. It's not even the real HMS Victory.
Exactly.
So what is the point of now spending
millions of pounds of taxpayers' money, our money, on fixing that ship? When I turned on the news this morning, I saw the Cutty Sark going up. I thought, I felt really bad, but I didn't feel bad because this rusting old hulk full of rotten woodworm was going up. I felt bad because I instantly thought, this is going to cost us millions of pounds of our money to fix the blinking thing back up again.
And, of course, there'd be some do-gooders who are interested in boats and ships who'll get involved. They get paid loads and loads of money.
Millions.
Then there'd be some big restoration project with it all being unveiled. Who cares? I've never seen the Cutty Sark. I'm not even sure what boat it is. It's down at Greenwich, isn't it?
It's a tea clipper.
Right? I've never, we had no school trips there. I haven't seen it. I don't need to see it. The Cutty Sark doesn't matter.
History. Put it in a book and we'll have a look at it.
Yeah, chuck what's left of it in a skip and let's move on. And we're going to talk about the Doc's big rabbit, which I'm horrified about. We'll do that after the break. Oh, if you know anything about these big rabbits, talk him out of it before it's too late. 01983 822 002.
Steve Jones. Nice bloke. He sends me like copies of all his employment letters, confirmation. He wants me to join him in Torquay at the Institute of Waste Management conference, where one of his restored dust carts is going to be the star attraction.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it takes all sorts. Oh, here comes that boy's joining Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I don't want my phone.
It's just been going off.
I'm doing a live radio phoning. What do I want my phone for? Because my dad wants me.
There should be no one as important as your dad, David.
Well, you can't exactly say that because your dad abandoned you.
He didn't abandon me, he just happened to leave.
Yeah. As I once said to my children, I'm not leaving you, I'm leaving your mum.
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
I said, in fact, I said to them, I said to her, don't say that. I said, I'm not leaving them, I'm leaving you. Because she said to me, you've left us.
No, that's what he did.
I wouldn't do this on air,
He didn't leave me.
It was bitter. You left us.
Why did you say, I'm leaving
venomous.
Do you want to come with me?
She was venomous. Yeah, because they would have blinking well come with me. She was venomous. I said, I'm not leaving. She said, you left us. I said, I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving them. I'm leaving you. I'm glad we haven't got liberal gun laws in this country, I'll tell you. At that moment, if I had a revolver...
You can't say that. You'd have shot the first Mrs. H.
Yeah. Think of the money I'd have saved.
Think of the money you'd still be saving.
And the kids would have forgiven me, I know they would. Kids will forgive you anything.
It all comes down to cash, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, now, the Doc told me just before we started the phone in that he was building a rabbit hutch.
Over the weekend.
And I said, why? You haven't got a rabbit. And yes, we have now. This hutch must be as big as a small shed because this rabbit you're buying is as big as a Labrador.
It's about, let me just get this right, 8, 9, 10. It's about 10 foot long, this rabbit hutch.
10 foot long?
We spent about £120 on ply, exterior grade ply, wire and stuff, there's kind of like a box up one end where it lives and a hole so it can get through to its run, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's an amazing looking rabbit hutch. I'm very proud of it, and we spent all weekend. My friend Arthur, who's a distant cousin, I think, pretty much, he's the one that looks
the one
like
that comes around at Christmas.
The
gnome.
The gnome. He looks like a garden gnome because he's a very short man with a beard, and normally he's out there, standing in the garden by the pond with a fishing rod. But over the weekend, he did help me with this enormous rabbit hutch. And we made it because a lot of people have told me they get very big, these rabbits, but they can't get that big.
So what are these rabbits called? You don't know what they're called. These are
giant
these high-bred...
house rabbits. Giant house rabbit, that's what it's called.
Now, I as a kid had guinea pigs once, and the deal was you can have them some, but you clean them out. And it was a horrible job to do, right? And rabbits are the same. Now, you imagine one of those things, and your lad Henry is going to want that rabbit in the house, and it will be...
Well, it is in the house at the moment.
There'll be droppings everywhere.
I was building the hutch, so I had to let it in the house. Oh, that's what my mum said when she turned up yesterday. My mum's one of these people who keeps a dog, and I don't care who you are and how clean you are. If you keep a dog, when you go in the house, a visitor, you can smell the fact there's a dog lives there.
You can't in our house.
Well, that's what they all say. All
No, but
dog
you
owners
can't.
say
You've
that
been
about
to
me.
our house many, many times.
All dog owners say. And my mum said, your house is going to end up stinking of rabbit. I now live in a rabbit hutch.
The hutch.
It's big, one giant rabbit hutch.
Our
Well,
dog.
I don't think it does yet, but maybe I'm just going to be like one of the dog owners who insist that their house...
No, because
doesn't
our
smell of
dog, we get this lemon spray you can put on their coats, and
Yeah,
has
so it
his
smells
teeth
of lemon
cleaned.
dog, does it?
Hi, who's that?
Alex, it's Jeff from the Bike Shed.
Do you know anything about these giant rabbits, Jeff?
I don't know anything about the giant rabbits. I know I went to Kenya a few years ago and saw some giant tortoises.
Oh, they're lovely.
They are lovely. We've got a tortoise, actually. But it's like any animal, isn't it, Doc? You know, when you want to go on holiday, you've got to get a rabbit sitter now. And you've got to
Yes.
Yes, well, that's why I've always been one of these... I've got a load of kids, and I've always been very pet resistant, and the reason I'm resistant to pets...
Hang on, Jesse's going to chuck the sandwiches over.
Double whammy. Cheese and pickle sandwich and a pasty.
Oh, lovely.
Was that sandwich of the week? Was that the one that won?
No, it
No,
didn't.
these are the ones we got off the pasty
You
man.
can't have a pet and go on holiday because who looks after the pets? Now, your old dog, Alex, you used to put in kennels, and I think putting a little dog in kennels is cruel. And
Well,
my
do you
bunny,
know-
I tell you, what, we're never going to go on holiday again.
I can't. My next door neighbour's got several rabbits, and they go away for most of the summer, and they got to call upon friends and family and people come round, clear it out, and do all the mucky business. I can't see the fun in it.
No, you don't get anything back from a rabbit. This rabbit must be huge.
Well, it's about the size of a
Labrador. It's going to be the size of a Labrador.
At the moment, it's the size of a puppy, maybe a big puppy, like a Labrador.
Where did you get it from?
A big
Diamond
big
Pet Supplies?
No, a big pet store on the island, big new one of these.
How
big
much did it
super
cost?
About 130.
£130 for a rabbit, Jeff. You can pick rabbits up for nothing.
Well, that's the.
At the end of the day, I mean, you can't take it for a walk. You can't.
Yeah, they need to be exercised. They
Well, it
need.
doesn't walk very well. It's only about 8 weeks old,
That suits you down the ground, David.
and they don't walk. They walk very slowly. I don't know why they walk. I thought rabbits were quite
Because they're high-bred animals. They're not meant to be. They've got huge heads,
massive ears. they've got.
massive ears. And I've heard, Jeff, that their ears are so sensitive that if you've got them in the lounge and you turn over the remote control on the channel, you'll see the rabbit go like that because it's picking up very high-pitched.
Picking up the high frequency signal.
Well, hang on. I've got to say, I only came back to the house on Saturday, and where it's living at the moment in the house, it's like in a conservatory. And as I walked alongside the conservatory, I was on gravel, and the thing was terrified. It was scrabbling to get out of this big conservatory
They
because
must make a lot of noise.
the noise really obviously frightened it.
Well, I'm off rabbits now. Can I just touch on something you said about throwing the Cutty Sark and the skip, Alex?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, would you take history out of the school curriculum?
No, I wouldn't. But all I'm saying now is, if the Victory burns down tomorrow night, God forbid, let's not rebuild the thing. We've got enough pictures, we've got enough video, we've got enough to remember it by. We've lost a lot of stuff over the years. The Cutty Sark. Did you ever go there on a school trip?
I've never been there on a school trip.
Most kids.
I don't even know what it looks like. I don't care.
And I think that these things, they should be preserved. They should
Oh,
be there
come off it. That Victory has cost us tens of millions of pounds over the years. And kids, the average intelligent 8-year-old would not expect the HMS Victory to still be around. So
talk about the money it's going to cost to, put it back together, or the reinstatement of it from taxpayers' money. But taxpayers' money, I mean, it goes in. I saw in the mail yesterday some member of Parliament spent $3.5 grand on a quad bike or something out of tax.
public funds.
Public funds.
Yeah, well, there are public funds that are misspent every day of the week, and local authorities, I'm sure, make clangers. But when you've got something like the Mary Rose, right now, that rose in about 1982.
Yeah.
They've been spraying it ever since with water, and I think they can stop
it
doing that this year.
disintegrating, yeah.
Right? The money they spent on it, they've been better off going down to the bottom of the seabed, taking a photograph of it, and saying, "Look, there it is," because it's not really. What
And
can you
spending
do
the
with
tens
it?
of millions of pounds on a blinking hospital.
You're missing the point completely. It's English heritage, isn't it?
Rubbish.
It's not rubbish. It is English heritage.
Well, we don't need to. But as he also pointed out 10 minutes ago, if the boat goes up in smoke, like the HMS Victory, there's nothing of the original vessel left. So it's just a pastiche. It's a recreation. What's the point of it?
Yeah, but if there's nothing of the original vessel left, then if we just chuck things in the skip, then we're not going to have any history.
Yeah, but you might as well make one of fiberglass.
Exactly. Make a